Hello everybody, this is Phantom2502 and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.1, my progressive build tutorial. As you see, our factory is now growing and now making a bunch of stuff, and everything's being organized into these nice bins. Alright, so this episode we are going to unlock foundations and extend our factory, and then store our screws out there somewhere. Also, we'll get the resource sink and start building our factory out here. Alright. Alright, so then now, to get to foundations, we have to go base building, select milestone, and make sure we have the items. And looks like we already have them on us. That's easy.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Alright. Now, let's see, let's get the next research, which is going to be the resource sink bonus program. We'll select that milestone, that'll be the next one. Okay. So foundations are going to be under, well, foundations, obviously. I like to do the thin ones, no use wasting space. Now, you do R for different build modes. So there's the default, there's the zoop, vertical, or default. Let's see, which snaps to the grid? Let's see. Alright, and there's a world grid so that everything will be able to snap together no matter where you build it. If you hold control, you'll go onto that world grid. Unfortunately, that angle is not really that good for where we're building here, but it's available to you. So we're just going to go, let's see, I want it to be kind of just on the low end of these items. Alright, let's say there. Kind of puts things in it. Oh, yeah, it's flat with this. It's not bad. I guess this container goes into a foundation, but that's not the end of the world. Alright. We'll do R for zoop, where we can build up to 10 in a row. Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes it a little bit more seamless. Okay, where do we want it back here? Probably to about here, and have that come on to here. Alright. See, we don't have any other type of foundations other than a few ramps. And eventually there's corner foundations, we can kind of deal with that, or maybe move this up a little bit. But a lot of this is temporary anyways. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Alright, how far forward do I need this? At least to here. Preferably one more. Alright. Alright, we've got to keep expanding. Alright, out here we want room later for our MAM, our resource sink, and the awesome shop. And probably also bringing a line through. So Yeah, I think leaving maybe 2 blocks empty seems a good idea. Alright. So that means we can start our containers on the 3rd block. Oh, out of resources. 4 resources. One nice thing about having these belts up here is you can usually see it going on the belt so you know which one it is. You can also click E and notice what's in here. You go down if you don't remember, or see what's coming down the conveyor belts. Or you can press the dismantle tool F and go into the bins, and you can see there's like this one's concrete, this one's cable, that one's wire, just by looking at what's insanely how much it is. Alright, let's grab a few of these. Foundation, and that's why we automated concrete to the amount we did, because now doing what, 40 a minute, so because concrete's expensive on foundations. And we'll be building a lot of foundations. Alright, we'll go up to here. Organization storage container. Alright, we kind of have to line it up with the rest. Probably just a little bit out this way. Maybe about there. How does that line up with over there? Doesn't have to be exact, but yeah, it looks good, I think. And then the other side. Probably just lined up with our stuff. We'll see there. Okay, that should be similar to what's over there. Okay. So that's scroll wheel if you want to change these directions, by the way. Sometimes they're not exactly the way you want them. Alright. Conveyors. Alright, that gives us plenty of room to go through the middle. And now we need put these through and get our screws over here. Wait a second. Oh, in zoop mode I can do it with these too? I thought that was a foundation only thing. I guess you can zoop stackable poles. That's nice to know. Only need one at the moment. Now if you're worried about this getting super high, the stacked conveyors are only temporary until we get smart splitters unlocked, and then we can have a sushi belt carry our items instead, which will be much better. Alright, where's screws? Over here, right? Alright, and get rid of you. Get rid of you. Right, didn't we have this on a different build mode? Yeah, we did. Straight build mode. Oh, really? Oh, because it's curved? Wait a second, that was all curved build mode? I don't know if I want that. Kind of want it lined up with the rest. There we go. Okay, so that'll get our screws there. I don't think we need all the screws we have on us. We'll keep the 328 stack. I guess maybe add 500. We'll need a bit. Alright, put that there. And eventually screws will come into here. Alright, so that's storage for that. I guess we'll won't worry too much about the other bins at the moment because they're still bringing stuff. Alright, time to unlock the resource sink program. Okay, so we need more concrete and wire.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Alright. So let's see, that one's under special. And we're going to do the awesome sink first. Oh, well, okay. Maybe we'll do Q. Add the awesome sink. So we need 15 reinforced iron plates. Really, the only material we have to do manually at the moment is reinforced iron plates. There we go. Actually, might as well put the shop in too. Oh, okay, we do have enough for that. Okay, awesome sink. Encroaching enters clearance. Really? Hold on, there was something somewhere in here. Okay. I don't know what clearance it's encroaching coming this way. Let's put it there. See what happens. Okay, that's still good. Come through here. And I think we can fit conveyors through here. Barely. Alright. And we can go through. Alright, yeah, I want a resource sink facing this way. Because this will be the end of our line. I'm going to put a storage container. Route out here somewhere. and put a belt. Actually, yeah, level 1 belt for now. Into the sink. We also have to power the sink. uh, yeah, why not? We'll use this one. Let's see. Ooh. I think I might need a biomass burner. Yeah, we're at 100 going to 130. If we put stuff in there, we're blowing a fuse. Alright. Let's add a biomass burner. To the mix. Oh, we have everything for it. Oh, no. Yeah, we have everything for it. Okay. It's nice at this part of the game that you just have stuff. Easy to get stuff. Alright, that's going to go into there. We'll take the power pole because that's 3 with it. And move it, I guess, one more layer. There we go. Now it should be able to do 130. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, now that we've built the space elevator, our next objective it's going to be parts assembly, so we can finally get the assembler, which allows you to automate 2-part items, and we can get our reinforced iron plates done. It also unlocks copper sheets, rotors, modular frames, and smart plating, so extra building materials. That will be manual at first, but then we will automate the next step. Alright, so we've got the resource sink, we have it powered. Resource shop. The awesome shop. Alright. I usually like it over on this side. Nothing's really going to go through there, I don't think. Maybe have it a little bit more towards the inside. More there. This is going to be my pathway, so this is my pathway. Materials on this side, and then just keep going out here, and a lot of this floor is just going to be my storage area for all my items. Are just going to come into here and go into storage and easy access. Alright, so for the moment, we do need to get a few tickets, because the next part of the base is going to be building, expanding our factory for building, and now our factory, we're going to want to build some down here. We're going to put another floor underneath this one. This floor will be more for storage, and then the floor down here is going to be for building. So in order to get the double sloped foundations, I'm going to put 400, and you know what? We'll upgrade the belt. Reinforced iron plate 6. There we go. Logistics mark, conveyor mark 2. There we go. And let's put 400 cable in here. And then if you E on the resource sink, or awesome sink, we will eventually get coupons. Let's print the first one. They come in stacks of 500. And also, by the way, this only works with the first coupon. The rest of them suck. but if you put the first coupon through, you will get a bonus surprise.
Fixit sees what you did there. How creative. I have also been creative. There is something extra special for you in the awesome shop. It is a marvel of technology. It is truly the shape of the future. I will be sad if you do not use it and love it, and tell any friends you make in the future all about it.
Alright, I think we need about 4 coupons for the next unlock. Let's try that. So the Awesome Shop ends up having unlocks for a lot of aesthetic stuff. So not mandatory, but we want to make things look good and stuff like that, or walls and architecture and stuff like that. It's going to be unlocked in the Fix-It shop, and basically any excess materials you have can go into the sink, so it keeps your factory running. And that's the use of that. Alright, so putting our one coupon into the resource sink or the awesome sink, and don't put any more in because they're only going to give you like 1 point. It's kind of pointless. After that, unlock the cyber wagon option. So yeah, you can get a cyber wagon, but this one's special. It looks like a Cybertruck, but it has square wheels. It's actually a pretty horrible vehicle to drive. But apparently if you launch them off jump pads, they go really, really, really far. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of stuff, statues and everything in here. What we're going to be doing, see, a bunch of extra aesthetic stuff. Signs, which we can't unlock yet. Some colors, different types of foundations. Alright, so foundations, we want to get this double ramp set. Well, it only needed 3, not 4. That's not a big deal. Yeah, double ramp set. That way I don't have to do flat ramp, like 2 different um, ramps to go down a level. This way it's like 2 in 1. Alright, we're going to buy that. Alright, so that's done. Now we have the extra ramp sets over here. Still do our flat one. Put us 1 off the edge like this. Maybe even go a little bit over to the wall here. I don't want to fall off. Alright, so yeah, double ramp set. No, we want to go 4 or 8 meters. And we'll do R for our zoop mode. Go down 8. It's a little... There we go. And the reason each floor we're going to have down 8 is that's later on we have something called the refinery, which we're going to want down here. And it's going to take about the full length going upwards of 8. Other buildings don't need as much room, but that one does. Alright, back to our 1x1 foundations. I guess we'll just go 10 over. Go 10 that way. Okay, I need more building materials. Just give me all my concrete. Oh yeah, the ticket. 1 extra ticket we'll leave in here. Don't need that taking up space in our inventory. Plates. We'll take that. Alright, our next part of the build is going to be 2 smelters and 4 constructors. Okay, I'm going to need some reinforced iron plates. I think we're going to need a little bit more than the 8. Let's go for like 20. Maybe 15. Alright. Because we're going to expand our plates, rod, and screw construction, because the ones up here are going to be used for the later items like the reinforced iron plates, rotors, etc. So eventually when we start adding those, we're going to lower down a lot of these. We still need plates, rods, and screws, so we're going to do the expansion now. Apparently need rods. Alright, so now we're going to change this part a little bit. We're going to F on that, F that. And by F I just mean dismantle tool, not swearing. Alright, put a splitter over here. Oh well, that's close. Will that work? It will work. Can I? Yeah, I can still dismantle that or upgrade it. Okay. Now, belt 2. That works. Remember, this is 120. So, then each of these takes 60. Oh, right. And we're going to want to split it out to there. And if I can get rid of that, would be nice. Well, maybe get rid of that one later. Alright, and then that, by doing that, it frees us up this entire machine. Which will put that over there. Now, I only have level 1 coming out because I don't feel like having a... Well, we don't need this to be level 2 at the moment. We'll line it up there with there. Oh yeah, I don't need the zoop tool. And there. When you're going down, I find 6 down is the longest it goes. If you're going on a flat surface, then 7 foundations is the most. You can have that apart. Alright, let's get a belt down here. Remember, if you have, you're on impure nodes, the normal nodes, you'll need, well, that's interesting. I was going to say you'll need more miners, which will take more power, which means, you might have to build more biomass burners sooner than I do. My manuals are out of fuel. Yeah, well, that's going to happen every once in a while. And I'll take a stack of 200 each. Put them on. And turn it back on. You know what? I kind of want to stack to myself. Maybe not a full 200 though. That's a little bit extreme. Say 50. Make it 63. There we go. Because you know we will need some fuel to chainsaw later. Okay. So now we're gonna have iron ore coming down this way. Alright. That's the nice thing about building on the edge of a cliff. You can go, you know, build out several floors right next to your factory and have tons of building room. Or, you know, out to an abyss or whatever. That's why I do like that. If you're on water, I guess you can't really do 2 floors, or you can do an upper floor, I guess. Up to you. Or you could build up, I guess, but then I don't know how. I like having my flatness with my storage coming out this way, so I guess you have a little reorganizing if you're going up. Alright, well, I think that's good enough for now. Alright, 1, 2. These will both be iron ingots. And I'll get rid of these ones because I don't really need it. And we're not really doing manual anymore. Alright. I'm also going to have 2 more down here eventually. So, let's see, 3, probably going to be around there. If I had to guess. Alright, and then we're going to have splitters. Split off from there. Okay, that lines up there, but then that kind of clips with my thing here, so we'll put it a little bit aside. Have it come down. It's also the question of why I don't just have the belts run on the ground. That's because I do like walking underneath them. For space. If they're on the ground, then you're always jumping over belts. But that's my personal opinion. Some people also run belts, like make another belt layer and run them underneath. You can do whatever, however aesthetic you would like at this point. Alright, now this section. Let's see. I don't think I got much. Got constructors. I need more room than that. Probably not. Okay, these ones are going to be iron rods. And we're going to need a splitter. I guess we can do it right out of this. That way and that way. Okay, so that'll split that way. We can put a... Oh, don't need that on the Zoop. Default's good. Have this one come over here, since it'll go a little bit further to our next layer. Yeah, this episode is getting a little bit on the longer side. Hopefully I should be able to be done this pretty soon. Alright, so that... Want a little bit more space on this part. Yeah, it's gonna be not even one. That's kind of tight for that. Yeah, you don't want enough for like, I think, 2 splitters and mergers, and this isn't really enough space. Let's go maybe 1.5 here. Say about there for the next layer. Put 2 over here. This one's going to be iron plates. And this one's going to be screws. These 2 are both iron rods. We're going to merge them. I guess I could do straight build mode there. Up to you what kind of build modes you want to do. I'm not too particular with aesthetics. I'm more optimization, so. Okay, we're going to do splitters. So that'll split into there. That comes this way. Yeah, and the third one can go in there, and then. Okay. Yeah, that'll work out. And that goes that way. 45. 30. And we can reorganize it later. Alright, let's see, next parts. Okay, so now we're going to need stuff going back up. No, this time we will use the zoom. Because we'll need it 3 high. Alright, so first layer is definitely going to be the plates. I guess we could have it 2 over here. And then I guess screws come up there. This one will have that way. Screws will have go up a layer. And then that will bring these ones here. And luckily no clipping. That's good. So extra rods will come this way and go to storage. We'll have our plates and our screws go into storage. Perfect. Alright, let's bring that up. Three there. I guess we'll have it merge over here. 2, 2, 2, and then we'll figure out our merging with the belts in this section. Right, I could have did that, I guess. Let's build the belts. Actually, that one's got to be going in the right direction. Direction matters if there is no belt that it's connecting to. If you're connecting to an already existing belt, then it'll keep the same direction. Almost done. Obviously, power is going to be the last thing we do. Alright, that's all the conveyor belts up here. Or down here, I should say. Alright, let's look at our little factory down here. Looks pretty good. Alright, now we're gonna have to merge some of these belts. Let's see, how well is that gonna work? Let's put this here. How will that work? Way too close. Okay. Maybe here. I don't think that's going to curve in properly. No. What about different build mode? Not a chance. Okay. Let's see. Well, there is room behind here. Okay, hold on. I got an idea. Put that in. Do a conveyor lift. Up like that. Do a stackable pull. Oh. Stackable pull there. Bring that one up to here. Whoa, oh, straight build mode. That's not what we want. Okay, hold on. Don't want curve, default, there we go. And have that come in here? Yeah, that works. Alright. Yeah, we have to improve that to level 2 because there's, what, 40 plus 40 is 80. But we'll deal with that in a minute. Alright, so let's get the others connected. Alright, so we have plates on the bottom. Let's put the mergers over here. Oh yeah. Don't stack them directly. It tends not to, like the snap direct. Well, let's just see if they fix that problem. Used to be able, if they snapped it, it wouldn't work. Maybe that's been fixed though. Yeah, like it used to snap in and then it would just be snapping on top of this, but it wouldn't snap to the belt. It would just snap on top of this. It'd be like two things in the same spot. Let's see if that still works like that. Okay, now we need some reinforced iron plates to make them all level 2 belts at the end. I think I'm going to need more than... Well, will I? We'll try this for now. Then we'll go get more screws if we need it. Alright. Level 2 conveyors. We'll need it for there. See, it's even facing the wrong way. It's facing right, which means this thing isn't working properly. Alright, so yeah, the snapping thing isn't fixed. Let's see if I can get some height here. Alright, stand on top of here. Then put a merger. So there's the snaps, and then there's the slide. See how it's sliding? That way we know it's sliding under the belt. It's not snapping onto the snap will snap onto being right on top of the other merger. The slide means it's on the belt. And yes, it does make a difference. So that will work. And that will allow us to put this as level 2. Level 2. And not enough. Alright. Take 2. For now. It's going to be probably the longest video so far. Closer to 50 minutes. But I really wanted to get this section done. Alright, so that. Conveyor Mark 2. Get that done. Alright, so that's everything down there. And then screws. And of course we're out again. More reinforced. Looked like that section was 9. But then we're going to have another section afterwards. Let's get to 15. Mark 2. That one. And that one. Don't worry about our other belts only doing level 1. It'll back up a little bit in the bin and, do it at its own pace. That's fine. I mean, it's only going to be level 2s for a little bit anyways. Okay, so that's that. So the only thing we need to do to get this part of the factory working is power. Also, 130, 130, yeah, another biomass burner. For sure. Oh, I can actually have enough to build it. Good. Let's put it over here, I guess. Maybe beside this one. You know what? Get rid of that for now. Alright. Get rid of these things. Splitter. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's go further back. Maybe. Hold on. Okay, well, the control tool's being a little bit finicky here. There. And then I can have my splitter work properly. Except it doesn't want to line up. There, I guess. let's put a splitter over here for expansion of our network. Have this one go into there. There we go. That should work. Then power. 2 out of 4. 3 out of 4. And okay, there we go. Capacity up to 160. That's good. Now we'd have to run a cable line down to our factory blue. I think the closest pole is this one. Put that one there. I'll put one there. Guess we can put one here. That one do ups and downs, I guess. There we go. That one. That one. Have this one go between these two. Go there and there. Have that one go up another layer. And this one go between them. There. Plates and screws. Just make sure everything's running. Make sure everything's gonna run. Alright, there's our rods. Plates are coming up. Screws are coming up. Alright, everything seems to be working. How is power situation? So maximum temperature 154, capacity 160. Alright, so we're going to be good. Alright, so let's just unlock parts assembly, and we'll end the episode there. And this will be the longest episode, around 55 minutes. But I think we got a lot accomplished today. Alright, cable, concrete, screws, plates. Alright, we're going to need some more cable. I'll grab 2 stacks. Grab a couple stacks of these. And there we go.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Alright, so let's just put our next research in. It's going to be field research. We'd unlock the MAM next. After this. This episode, we, expanded our factory using foundations, put in a permanent storage location for our screws, expanded our factory below to have more screws, more rods, and more plates. Next episode, we're actually going to start making our assembler and automating some of the items we just unlocked, copper sheets, reinforced iron plates finally, and then rotors. I'm Phantom 2502, and see you next time.